Gretchen Morgenson, who's been brilliant in covering these financial issues at the New York Times. And you know me, I don't say that often, right? So she writes about sequels to TARP. She found this very important part of the Dodd-Frank bill that did not get a lot of coverage in the past. You know how President Obama and Geithner and everybody else says, oh, no, you don't understand. That's it, too big to fail is over. We passed legislation saying that if you screw up, we have the right and the ability and the power to break you up. Now, what did I tell you when I saw that? I said, yeah, that doesn't mean you're going to. It just means you have the ability to, which he did before anyway, and you're pretending you didn't, right? So, okay, but here's what she found in the bill. Most derivatives transactions are expected to go through the clearinghouses. Now, that has an upside, as she explained, more transparency. Good. But they will also be, according to the bill, quote, systemically important, I should say. Systemically important. Why does that matter? Why that language? As she explains, quote, as such, Dodd-Frank specifically provides, and now quoting the bill, in an unusual or exigent circumstances, the Federal Reserve may provide such entities with a financial backstop, including borrowing privileges. You understand what happened? All the derivatives trading going on in the clearinghouses are systemically important. If there's any emergency, the Federal Reserve can give them whatever money they want. Voila! Even bigger to fail. The clearinghouse overall is way, way too big to fail. But you know, she didn't point this out, but do you get the second part of that trick? They're like, TARP, what dummies we were. Why did we go ask Congress for the money? That became a huge issue. It became a huge political problem. And people were mad about it, and then there was accountability. Now people are losing their seats because of TARP. No, we just go get it from the Fed and we don't ask for it. But the Fed just prints the money. It's not accountable to anybody. It's not elected by the voters. So if there are unusual or exigent circumstances, we'll just go over to the Fed and go, yeah, come on, give us another $1 trillion. By the way, TARP schmarp. Even if the fairy tale of Tim Geithner turns out being true, and we get, TARP only costs us $50 billion, that's not the problem anyway. How about the $2 trillion that the Fed took of toxic assets from the banks? How about that? See, they figured it out. They don't need the voters anymore. They're just taking it through the Fed, taking it out the back door. By the way, the clearinghouses, you might be a little unclear. Who sits on the clearinghouse board that would determine if it's exigent circumstances? All the major banks in the country. Oh, that crash. It's going to be spectacular, unfortunately. One other small thing. I want to let it go. I can't let it go. Okay. Do you understand why I talk about the crash in that regard? I mean, look, obviously if they crash, they get the bailout, they get more of our money, leads to an even bigger crash, right? But why this makes it more likely they will crash? Because those guys on the major banks that sit on the board of the clearinghouse for derivatives trading, they're not dummies. They can read the law. They wrote the law, right? They know what's in it. So they just got a free pass. They got a free get out of jail card. And they said, oh, great. So now if we crash, Ben Bernanke's going to pick up the tab. So everybody, let's have at it, Hoss. Take as much risk as you like. Make as much money as you can in the short term. And if it crashes, unusual or exigent circumstances, Fed, please bring the money in through the back. It's a guarantee, man. Guarantee.